Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the back nine of the first round of the 2021 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. We're out here at Fountain Hills for the first two rounds, and we've got a great card here for you. And by we, I mean myself, along with Pete Ulibarri. And Pete, your brother's tearing it up during this front nine, and the back nine usually gets easier for most people. We'll see if the momentum carries.
Yes, absolutely. The back nine is starts off with this hole 10. We're going to throw a straight shot pretty much, bend it to the right just a little bit, and it's a fairly simple hole. It's one of the easier holes on the course. It's a replacement for the original hole 10 when they added restrooms and more park facilities.
Yeah, along with the trees that have been added on that right side, a little bit different look.
It's really the only Anheuser or left to right shot on the course overall.
Well, commentating during the FPO side, that was exactly what I had noted, is I feel like this is the first time you really have to bend a shot that way.
Get around everything.
I had the privilege enough of working with the local club and Ginley and others on what to do with this, and this is what we came up with.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, and it gives you variety. You see Paul here kind of surprisingly going with the turnover. I would expect a forehand out of him.
Yeah.
And that tree isn't kind. It rebounds him backwards. No surprise, we're going to see a mid-range by Double G. Backhand.
Yeah, with his power, it just let it turn over right in. It's not that hard of a shot, really. It's the kind of hole that your brain can overcomplicate it, and you'll make mistakes just by trying to do something as opposed to just throwing a simple shot.
Brodie had called on the Yankee Doodle. I'm not sure what the disc gods think about that, but it looks like at best he's walking away with the par.
He's from Texas, isn't he? Oh, that's in.
He hasn't missed a putt. Every time he's had a putter, with the exception maybe of hole 2, but that's from 40 feet downhill, every single time he's had a putter in his hands, it's found the bottom of the basket.
He's finding a groove, and this style is actually really working well for him. I love this style more than all of the other styles of putts that he's had over the years, which have given
me
an entire
cyclopedia,
high anxiety to the backs. And this one, I know that he's going to let it go in. Good putt by Double G there.
Double G. There's a pro move, too, and a pro tip for everybody at home. If there's a distraction like he had, there were a few park goers that were up on the sidewalk, and he just stepped off and waited for them to get by and refocused and walks away with the birdie.
Definitely a pro tip. I paid to be here. I get to take my time, and so good on him.
So we see the 3 birdies in the par, and now we head over to hole number 11. We always say it. There's only 2 trees on this hole that really matter, and they're the most precariously placed trees ever.
Absolutely. You just put the basket right between 2 palms, and I wonder if when they built this hole, those palm trees were just giving cabbage over it, and they've just grown for the last 30 years to 100 feet tall.
They are. When I think of this course, I know you have to think of hole 1, but this is the other hole that always just comes to mind. I don't know why. A terrible shot could find OB left or OB right, but everyone's focused on those 2 trees.
Yeah, with a forehand like he has, it's a very simple hole. 368 feet. It's not too much. Paul's going. It looks like maybe. What is he throwing there?
I think he did let me know. I can confirm. That was his Z Stalker.
That makes sense.
And he did throw a Buzz on the previous hole. Buzz SS. This is Double G with I believe this is a rock.
That makes sense. He's going to land land soft.
And I know we've talked about how calm it is out here. It's common to have somewhat of a wind pushing on this hole, and it's a little bit more delicate to get a disc to go perfectly straight. So these guys are just taking full advantage of these calm conditions.
Yeah, you typically are worried a little bit about that wind coming off the fountain, and right now it's just choose whatever's your favorite shot.
Yeah, rarely, that's a great way to word it. Rarely can you walk up and say, well, I'd like to throw Annie or I'd like to throw Heiser. You're usually forced to throw one or the other, but not today.
Just a little off. One interesting thing about this hole is with the redesign of 10, the tee pad for 11 moved to the right side of that tree towards the road. So it changed the angle of this hole by a little bit compared to what it's been in the years past. So now you really have to kind of play with the left side a little bit more. It's a good putt with double G.
Yeah, and who would have thought he opened this round with a double bogey? Here he is just racking up birdies ever since then. He's really found a groove. Double digits is kind of a number that every pro is expecting to get to out here. So kind of keep that in the back of your head. I think anything less than that feels disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Thanks. It was more of a stretch than I thought. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Nervous.
He's young. It ain't that hard.
He's got that all day. And Dark Horse tapping in for his par, as will Paul.
Now onto a couple easier holes again.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it in the past. People can string together the entire back nine, and that's just truly not uncommon out here when people are playing well. So plenty of birdies to be had.
We're going to go downhill 290 feet. It's just a matter if the guys want to go up the middle, like left of the palm with a mid or something, or that most I expect to throw Heisers around the palm with just an overstable. Something.
Sit down.
Adam asking for the sit.
You know, one of the things with this is that with as much power as our guys are getting, these courses, even though they are shorter in places, you still have to have control of your disc.
Yeah, and you saw that one get away from Adam, and then also the fact that this slopes down, so anything coming in remotely hot, there's a good chance it could go all the way to the OB. And Paul's kind of trying to take that out of play. I mean, the higher you go and the more angle you come down with the spike.
Come on.
Dang.
That was awesome.
I was just thinking less skip was better, but he almost put that one in.
Brodie playing
Yeah. Good control, bud.
great spot. See, there's control. He had the disc choice, he had the angle right, and he cut the right part of the hill to slow it down.
This is Adam's chance to save the par. I feel like in a somewhat quieter fashion, Adam has caught up to the 7 under that Paul's at.
Wow. It's in. Great putt. You know he wants perfection, but
Game in a nutshell.
yeah, he wants perfection. G sneaks it in.
Okay. Feel like we should be queuing up another DGA commercial. That one pulled it in, of course, and a legitimate big shout out to DGA. I know big supporters of the event. A couple of tap-ins.
There we go.
Paul moving to 8, and Brodie at 3 under. Gonna go take a look at hole number 13. Uphill, but it's gotten significantly easier.
Yeah, we've had this branch that's been hanging off this tree for the last lot of years, and it's been slowly hanging lower and lower, and they finally cut it off about 2 weeks before this event, which is unfortunate because it was really about the main challenge on this hole. Am I going to go under the branch, over it? Now it's just choose your favorite little hyzer shot and throw it to the bucket.
Paul's loving the high hyzers.
Well, you can throw it super high, and then when the disc comes down, all the energy is going straight into the ground instead of outwards. And it's a way you can kind of control how far it goes, too. So you can throw full power and then just sprinkle them in from the heavens. See? Sprinkles from the heavens.
Yeah, until my camera loses focus because you're throwing into these bright blue skies. But a good shot putting Brodie at circle's edge. And speaking of cameras, I got to thank Gary to the O along with Dylan and Dustin, everybody out hustling around this weekend to give you guys as much footage as possible. Here's Adam.
All right.
That'll work.
Brodie from about 35, maybe?
Just on the circle's edge. Doesn't connect, though.
Double G. Swings it in.
Making it look easy.
Oh, that was nice. He likes it.
Speaking of liking things, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm teaming up with Double G for some Double G craft jerky. And if you guys are wondering, is it good as it sounds? It is. I can personally attest to the boom sauce. That's what I had.
It has boom sauce?
Oh, I did have the boom sauce last weekend. I got a little taste of it, and dang, is it good. Garlic Lovers is good. The original is good, but the boom sauce, that's where it's at if you like it spicy. We'll give some away thanks to Double G Jerky. What are we trying to do here on the utility box hole?
The utility box hole is about 360 some odd feet. You're going to just play a straight shot, maybe hang it off to the right a little bit. This slopes towards the sidewalk, and anything that's inside, it tends to run away from the basket really fast. But these guys all have the distance. Play to the box, putt over the box, birdie. Well, let's see how they do it.
Double G with the mid.
And there's the hill. He caught a good angle on it, though, so he's going to be putting.
Yeah, and some players almost have to throw drivers here or something a little bit sharper. When you're Double G, you don't. And then he gets that nice slow break. And a little curl. So he played it wide enough. He caught the top of the hill, let it slow the disc down a little bit before it started feeding. Yeah, this one's really easy to hit that left hillside and then just carry right into the sidewalk or the water. Looks like Adam's pushing a little longer, maybe. Right there on the right side, he'll probably have a little obstruction. Brodie doesn't like it, and I got to admit, I had lost it myself at first, but... Well, he doesn't like it, but he got away with it big time right there. Double G just inside the circle. In. He's got it going. All right. We going scuba or we going real putt? Not saying that the scuba's not a putt, because if you're inside the circle, it's going to be. So don't hate me for saying that. Anytime you're near, that utility box, really, I mean, you see the tree, you see the box, like, it's just always obstructed, but you play to the correct side like Paul did, and you're set. Exactly. Obstruction here for the Hamas. Yeah, all day. He's long and lanky. He could stretch way around and have a completely unobstructed putt if he wanted. Brodie's going to go up and clean up. Looks like the one hole that Paul says he throws is onyx. So there's a trivia question later there for you guys somewhere. I don't know. All right, we'll save it. shout out to Miles over at Paragon, who also makes those boxes. Thank you for supporting the action this week as we take a look at hole number 15, 427 feet or so. Grip it and rip it.
Let it rip. All these guys have the power to get there. I mean, your only obstruction is that little tree in the middle of the fairway, but these guys are going to go with so much power that it ain't going to come into play. The only thing that's going to come into play is those palm trees if you're in the wrong position. So you'll be able to straddle out. That won't be too hard at all.
A good forward roll there with double G. We see we're pushing a little bit later in the afternoon here now.
Yeah, the shadows are getting long, and the groundhog is gone back inside his hole.
Uli has officially hit the double-digit mark with that last birdie.
Nice.
This is a force by Hamas.
Oh, gosh. Sit down.
And it's going to curl just outside the circle.
Just past the basket, though. Asking for it to slow down.
Asking for it to come in. And the edge there also. So Paulie looking for that little swing putt. In. Let's go.
He knew it.
Terry, you've heard a lot of his methodologies on what he does with his putt, but that one made sense.
Yes. That one was a required Anheuser for sure. Great putt. And he's feeling it because he knew it halfway there. Adam, who I've seen now capture back-to-back tournaments in Arizona earlier this year. Maricopa Open along with Shelly Sharp.
It's unfortunate. It's
Yeah.
been on account of his putting, too. He's just been on fire. And Brodie does the one little hook around the tree, and if you don't do it, I mean, he's lucky with the way that stopped right there. It can go up. I've seen him roll 40 feet from there.
Yeah, and sometimes not only do you roll the 40 feet, but then you
You
still
have the
might
trees
have
right in
the
your
tree
way.
way. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Double G.
It looked like he threw it straight up and down on that one.
And he pushes to 9 under. I mean, just a testament to, whatever happens in the first hole, first round, whatever it might be, put your head down and get to work. And double G, open with that double bogey, and now he's pushing double digits. Just great resilience. One of the easier holes. In fact, I think statistically the easiest hole on the course.
Easiest.
Yeah, 327 feet. There's a Mando. There's actually a pair of them, but a backhander's not missing those.
A backhand, throw a hyzer with a stable disc and put it in there. You could throw a mid, like when it's calm like it is today, just let it fly.
Double G with his rock.
Yeah. And there it is. See what I did there? I kind of I said with the mid. I knew he was going to maybe pull that out. Paul going with his yellow Raptor. Takes a little checkup.
Right there at circle's edge still. Shouldn't be a problem with what we've seen him make today.
Yeah, he's been swinging them in. And the Goose Raptor drops in. Brodie's got a good shot. It's looking pretty good. They're asking for it. It doesn't take the fancy hop to get in the basket, but he's in the circle.
Just off the right side, and quite
That's really
surprising.
the first one.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think he's kind of baffled too. He's like, wait a minute. I can miss?
That's,
Like, I didn't know that was possible.
that's exactly what he was thinking. He said, I'm Paul Ulibarri. I don't miss.
Brodie, who's been a little frustrated, just really feels like he's been stale. I might have been a word I heard him say throughout. He's going to pick that one up. So without much enthusiasm, he moves to 4 under. He knows he's left plenty out there today.
For sure. He's a big guy. I understand. Adam asking him to move.
Yeah, just kind of in a awkward spot, so he asked him just to keep on going. And Adam's going to pick up the birdie. Also, Adam pushing to 10 under par.
Those are good rounds. I mean, you that's what you want to shoot out here at Fountain. Doesn't mean you're always going to be guaranteed to get it. For the first 8 holes, you get through the first 8 holes, you just take a sigh of relief, and you go, now we can really start stringing them together.
Yeah, there's OB on every hole on this course, but like you're saying, the first 8 or 9 is where you see the water come into play so much more.
Yeah, baskets over there just seem to all be sitting right next to the edge.
And while Uli finds the par, I want you guys to find the Ledgestone Insurance Open. Great support by everything Nate Heinold and the crew are doing over there. Nate has teamed up with Uli to do some special stuff over on that page. So make sure you check out the LIS Open Pro Shop as well. And 2 holes left to play in our opening round.
Hole 17. Just throw a long driver here. You're typically throwing into headwind here. We'll see what they end up with. The basket is tucked right behind these palms. It's also just one of those grip it and rip it and hope you've chosen the right angle and the right height, because that's a lot higher than I'm used to seeing.
Well, Double G's got plenty of power.
Goodness.
Yeah, landing inside the circle. Huge crush for Double G. And I think what you're saying, it's almost not even fair, because someone like Double G or Adam here, with so much power, they almost make this look easy at 468. I mean, that's a full pull for like most normal people.
For sure, it's a full pull. One of the things that's interesting about this is you got the sidewalk here, you got a little bit of tee pad beyond it, and the tee pad slightly downhill. I think I said that wrong. Slants slightly downhill. Great shot by Brodie. What that does is you'll see more often than not players pull the shot to the right because they step down and don't realize that's dropping away from them.
Love the
he likes that. Isn't it funny, from the tee you often think it's in just a slightly different spot than it typically is.
Great shot. There's Double G. I didn't think he was that close, but he says he didn't like the Annie around the trees, which I can understand.
Adam's lining it up. He got it.
Solid.
It's a good putt.
Yeah, he's going to momentarily tie it up with Paul at 11.
And Brodie's in. Good birdie. That was a good throw for him.
Yeah, solid birdie.
Shows that he's actually got a lot of distance to him. It's really awesome to see.
Yeah, he made it look quite easy, and also easy as the short little birdie putt.
All right, Paulie moves to 12. Garrett's at 10. Brodie 5, and Adam at 11.
And we're moving on to our 18th and final hole. Again, as always, shout out to all of our supporters and sponsors you've seen throughout the video, including Gatekeeper Media for the assist on the drone coverage. And 18 is iconic and yet so diabolical at the same time.
For sure. Right about 400 feet. That water's on the left. The fountain goes off. Wind is always shifting here. It's a pretty stressful place to finish. You can have the distance to get there, and you can have the distance to miss there very easily too. So it seems to always come down to this hole.
Adam hesitates for a moment and seeing the sun trying to dip on that backside. Big forehand.
And
Garbage there.
I'll reiterate. One man's garbage is another man's great hope.
Brodie with back-to-back birdies on 16 and 17, trying to close out strong.
OB deep. All going hyzer. So playing for the safety maybe. Well, he's got power.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
up there. I mean, that shot's not always available depending on what the wind is doing. So
Yeah.
if you're just trying to play it safe, put something in play. Him, Double G, doing just that.
Double G.
Forehand action.
Okay, I see he went OB up above.
Yeah, and you can only be so aggressive with that downhill slope.
Good layup there.
So you have one more in him. Good run.
But he's going to walk away with a great round.
Feels like kind of Adam's story that he's been online but just a tad off throughout. So Brodie's going to close out with a bogey, and I want to again thank you, Pete, for joining.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a long, jam-packed week. We're going to try and give as much coverage as possible. We can't commit to when you're going to see every single video, but I promise you we have a ton of content coming. So please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell, all those YouTube things. And make sure you comment, because we got Double G's jerky. We've got six-sided disc. We're going to have all sorts of giveaways, including our friends over at Ledgestone as well. 2 rounds at the Fountain and then 2 rounds at Vista. This is the 2021 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. Again, Pete Ulibarri, Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, signing out from Fountain Hills. We'll see you guys for round number 2.
Peace.